Oh, there I go.
There you are.
Where were you?
I know. Just
What happened?
I have something to show you.
Oh wait, this is the same place that Frank was at, where he was hiding at.
I forget that Frank has his own little hideout. They need to constantly find hideouts.
Yeah.
Hunting us.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's time we started hunting them.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh! I did not want this to end! Hey everyone, I'm the Idea Maker, and today we are back with another episode reaction to Marvel Television's Daredevil Born Again with Season 2, Episode 5. And I am back here with Real Hooper Knowledge. It is so great on having for you to be here with me for the second half of Season 2.
Oh no, this is really great. I'm surprised. This has gone by so fast, man. Like I remember like a couple weeks ago we were talking about watching the second season. Now we're halfway through. And it's just, it's gotten better and better every episode. So I'm really grateful, especially to experience this with you. And I can't wait to see where this journey leads, especially for the final three episodes after this one. So, I'm excited. I genuinely am.
I guess let's start with the recap for from the last episode before we get and jump right into episode 5, which it looks like, according to the
Mhm.
description, it says the anti-vigilante task force intensifies its search for Daredevil and Bullseye. So they are both on the run.
Mhm.
So how did we get to that point of both of them being on the run?
Oof. Okay. So, well, Bullseye he has a new morning routine. Of course, that brother. He was going through the motions. He's having the best life. He has a better life than Peter Parker. I saw that on Twitter. I saw that on TikTok and Twitter. Like this, even Bullseye has a better life than Peter Parker. Ugh, disgusting. We don't talk about Peter Parker. But he has a better life, and he's so enlightened by the purpose of making the Fisk life terrible. So I feel like that's his entire. He finally found a purpose, his North Star, to make people's life, to make Fisk life terrible, and he does that in the most, um, I feel like in the most poetic way possible, And as I remember, we discussed about this last week, where whether or not it was Dex intentionally, did he actually throw that on purpose? And Fisk, and inadvertently, he kind of led with what Dex pulled out there, and it kind of led to Vanessa's death. But I don't know. It really is up to interpretation. But I still think it's pretty neat that he still got it done. He got the job done, And I saw some people say that like, oh, Vanessa is not dead. She's just like severely wounded. I'm like, she's not superhuman now. Come on, okay,
Right.
lock in now, So I'm like, that's where I think we get to Daredevil, which Daredevil he is conflicted with Bullseye because he doesn't know what to do. Like, does he truly believe in redemption of a man who's trying to do better? Even if, it's Bullseye, the guy who killed his best friend, the guy who killed Ray Nadim, the guy who's killed many other innocent people, right? How do you grapple with that? And he in return he grapples and uses grappling hook to grapple Bullseye away into the next spot where it turns out the Watcher was watching the entire thing. He watched that entire thing, watched Vanessa die, and then now he watched Bullseye and Daredevil run away into the sunset.
I think that was the best summary that I have ever seen anybody say for this whole for one episode on here. Like I think it's great. Now, before we get into the episode, I'm gonna ask, I think maybe just these two questions on the fact on, do you think that this placement of the Watcher, do you think that this is a great way of integrating Daredevil into the ideal part of of the multiverse saga? Like now he kind of really does have a place in the multiverse saga, or do you think that maybe it's just so that way? I know that some people who were watching this are probably saying, "Oh, well, this is probably just because they're just giving us some sort of like shut up here and take my money type of answer," and to just
Mhm.
have him in the multiverse saga. Like he had real no placement until recently, just because of fans demanding on what does this have to do with the relevancy of
Mhm.
Daredevil being in the multiverse saga.
Yeah, no, that's a very interesting question. I think it's definitely it's interesting to see something so cosmic feel kind of mundane because the way how they filmed it, right? Like we didn't catch it the first time, right? We didn't catch it
Right.
when we watched it, and we probably wouldn't have catched it until someone actually would have pointed it out like four watches later, you know. So
Right.
I think that's what's really intriguing about what they do here with the Watcher. He is watching over everything, even the most mundane, right? And I think that's what is fascinating about the cosmic side of the MCU is because at the end of the day, it's watching over people, right? As much as they're watching over the giants of this world, the giants of the universe, right? You still got the people to care for to even save, right? So I think that's the point of the Watcher there. You know, he was trying to show. I always felt like the Watcher was always signifying the big events that would happen in MCU, and this was a big event. You know, literally, it was Fisk's entire boxing thing. You know, and then his bride is dead, and that's where I think, yeah, if that's the case, I think that's the biggest gut punch to not New York, but also to the cosmic scales too. Where will it lead Wilson Fisk down? Like, what kind of road would it lead him down? You know, and I guess we just have to wait and see, especially in this episode. You know, how do you feel
Yeah.
about it?
I mean, I honestly feel like it's interesting that we had this moment, and I just recently started thinking about how, like you said, that this is a huge moment into this timeline, especially because that, like I mentioned in the last reaction, of how it reminds me a lot of like how Kingpin in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, he lost Vanessa and his son through an accident, and then he decided to create that multi-dimensional device that way to try to find a universe where both of them are still alive, and get to that point, so that way he could feel like he's at ease. And what I thought
Hmm.
about here, especially with the Watcher, now present in Daredevil, and I was thinking about the episode of In What If, with Doctor Strange trying to prevent Christine Palmer's death in so many ways until he became um um evil Doctor Strange, or Dark Doctor Strange, or Strange Supreme, or whatever you want to call him. And I was thinking about that, and I thought, so what if he decides to adopt the name of Kingpin at this point, besides being like Mayor Fisk? Like, what if he decides to officially adopt the name of Kingpin? Because in the past, from what I can remember, he never really adapted the name or adopted the name of Kingpin before. Everybody was calling him Kingpin because of the fact that it was
Hmm.
just a name that was behind his back. But what if he just decides to go ahead and embrace it out in the open, because he feels like the legacy of Vanessa Fisk would be alive if he was to embrace both the mayor side and his gangster slash mob side of his life? Like,
Hmm.
that could really now be into leaning into, now we got Mayor Kingpin instead of just Mayor Fisk, and everything that BB was doing with those anonymous like videos could literally now be a reality.
You know, that's definitely fascinating. You know, I think that's where, especially with Kingpin, where he had literally lost all ties to his humanity. Like we always talk about how like Superman, if Superman were to go bad because he lost his tie to humanity, which is Lois Lane, and of course Kingpin is not even as good. Not even he's not even as good as Superman's worst, right? But he is still human. But
Mm-hmm.
what is it like for a man to sever all ties from his humanity for his at least love or devotion to a city? Because of the one person who made him grounded in this city, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's what's really interesting that I'd love to see in this episode.
Mm-hmm. Same here. And when you were saying about like what would the worst be of Superman, I was thinking, oh, that's easy, Homelander. But you guys could be able to check out his content, Real Uber Knowledge's content of the boys over on his channel, by the way.
W's in the chat. Absolute cinema. No notes. No notes. This is perfect.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
I'm excited. I know you're excited. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into the episode of Season 2, Episode 5 of Daredevil Born Again, in the second half of Season 2 right now. You gonna kill somebody there in the operating room?
Hey, you don't. I'll let him go through. Honestly, like that brother fighting too much. He will kill me.
The fact that he's not even like trying to like actually kill anybody at this point, like he is so deep in shock. It's crazy.
He's too out in the. I think he's too out in the open though. I don't think he can afford to kill.
Yeah,
Maybe I should be arrested.
true.
I mean,
But-
to be fair, he's been arrested so many times. He's avoided that before.
Right.
Keep them alive. We don't, sir. Not yet. Pretty sure we have them surrounded.
There's no way that she's still alive. She's got to be brain dead at this point.
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
Oh.
You couldn't.
I'm surprised Bullseye hasn't killed this guy yet.
Right.
Officer Sprout.
Of all the guys tonight hit, he has the biggest head in there.
Right. Oh, this is gonna be something.
Look at him go!
Oh boy.
No! Whatever you need, man. We're with you.
Hey, nice.
Aww, he cares.
Yeah. Leave me here. None of this matters now. It matters to me.
No, it matters to him, especially because of the fact that Foggy at this point.
The mayor's not in a good place. You gotta go.
Okay, I get it. I'll go. Just tell me. Is she alive? Look, there's a ton of chatter out there. You have no idea. It's like crazy right now, and I just want to make sure I get the story right.
We're real fucking doing this right now, huh?
Oh.
Okay, low key though, I kind of feel bad for him at this point. I mean, it's kind of a weird position you're in.
Yeah. I don't think she's making it. There
Please
could
tell me
be.
she's dead. Bullseye's gonna come up to the hospital and shoot her dead.
Uh-huh.
Make sure she's dead.
Yeah. Possible.
Please understand that I am here to do whatever I can for your beloved wife.
Yeah.
I had a chance to look over her chart.
Oh.
She is, as you know, in quite a precarious position.
Yes. I've heard that you're the top man in your field.
Nothing is certain where the mind meets the soul, Mr. Fisk.
Imagine if that dude was actually trained under Doctor Strange. Oh. Oh.
Oh, flashbacks!
Flashbacks.
Let's go.
Maybe it's her life flashing before her eyes at some point, I think, at this point.
It's ironic use of flashback.
Yeah. Oh, the painting!
Sees his own deep, inexorable, miserable emptiness reflected right back at him. I can promise you, you can add 2 zeros to the list price, and it'll sell faster than any other piece out front. The piece stays right where it is.
Oh, so she was the one that took it out.
I've earned this many times over. It's okay. Think she's dead? I don't know. And yet,
You're still here.
maybe that's the grand design.
Oh.
You're getting it. No, I'm not getting it. She's dead. Vanessa. That's just murder. Vanessa, Foggy.
Uh-oh. Why did you say his name? Why did you say his name?
Don't say his name.
Oh, jeez.
You don't get to say his name. Do you understand?
No way that I almost called that line. We had a Batfleck moment in a Marvel series, and what's hilarious is the fact.
Josie that we're
Wait.
not paying off the tab tonight.
Oh,
She'll understand.
oh, wait.
McCoy, 29 years old, possession of multiple narcotics.
Hey, Foggy!
Some yada, a little more yada, and yet another yada, and this guy is looking down the barrel.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Let me guess.
Clean shaven Charlie Cox in 2026.
Mr. Murdoch.
That's crazy.
Levine wants him to plead out, so we take the best offer on the table. Under no circumstances does this go to trial.
Heard. After your counselor.
Why, thank you, counselor.
Oh boy.
We,
Oh.
grew up in the same building. Isn't your name Ray?
Well, you think I go by Lionel in that neighborhood?
Maybe we.
I'm a dead man the second I go in. So, I'm not signing shit. I'll take my chances with a public
All
defender.
right, take it easy. Back up here. What are you talking about?
You two don't even know who you work for, do you?
This is before Fist? Oh, this was during Fist.
This is, yeah.
Oh, it's,
This is crazy. This is literally season
Looks
one.
got bullet holes in his chest.
Right.
Are you familiar with Bitcoin?
Oh, we're not going with this. We're not
The
going.
Russians.
We're not going with Bitcoin stuff, man. It's a scam.
Well, perhaps you have other ideas. Come to think of it, I have a friend who runs an art gallery.
Interesting.
So maybe that is a reason why he would go to the art gallery.
Yeah.
Recontextualizing the Netflix show.
The fact that it actually feels like the Netflix show on top of it is something incredible.
You need help? Let's go.
Get your hands off me. Come on.
First you try to kill me, and then you try to save me. And I'm the one who needs help.
I'm trying to save you because I tried to kill you.
Wow. That's something, all right.
Come on, Wilson Bethel. Stay alive. Stay alive.
I hate to say it, but Bullseye, you gotta live.
All right. I'm punching up before the elevator rush. You got plans?
Oh wow, look at that hair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
What are we up to?
This is
funny to see. Like Foggy pulls it off okay. Like I can understand Foggy. Charlie Cox is kind of hard. It looks good like this though.
Yeah.
Mr. Levine, guess what? I don't care. It's the public defender's problem now, isn't it? Unfortunately, they need all these papers collated and delivered to their office by Monday morning.
Wow. Yeah, and good day to you too, jerk. We get it, but like
536 West 49th Street, apartment 5E.
That isn't correct.
It's 536 and a half. That's where he lived, the McCoys. I mean, that was our address, 536 and a half West 49th.
No, that can't be right.
It is right. I mean, it's a clerical error, but this is invalid. Everything discovered in this warrant is fruit of the poison tree.
It's inadmissible.
Oh.
That piece of paper is
Fraudulent?
Get out of jail free card.
Oh.
Connor was younger. Lionel took the brunt of it. I didn't like him.
And you want to let him out to continue to do horrendous things to a whole bunch of new people.
I want to do the right thing.
I don't know, Foggy. I don't know. You sell because you traffic in firearms, you get caught. I'm sorry. There are consequences.
His crew, whoever he was working with, they're going to kill him when he's inside.
It's so funny seeing like how Matt here is like the very he's like the skeptical one, and Foggy is basically trying to do what Matt usually does and trying to give justice for those who feel like they deserve it, and when it's usually the other way around. It's weird on seeing.
It's always been like the reason why Matt is so good is because of the people around him.
Yeah.
And Foggy's probably the best person around him to shape that, you know? Karen's a good person, but she is dark too, you know, so
yeah.
That's what I'm like. It's kind of tough. But Foggy's the guy who's that angel on his shoulder no matter what.
That's definitely true.
This is Wesley. That's great to hear. Let me talk to him. I'll call you back.
Oh, looks good. He hasn't aged a day. Looks still good.
It's crazy.
I am standing just outside the entrance to Metro General Hospital here on Fifth Avenue, where we understand Vanessa Fisk is in critical condition.
Leaving, no way.
Oh no.
I mean, what do you expect though? BB was a reporter. She literally said she wants to get the story right. Of course it's gonna leak. They're gonna kill BB.
I feel like they are.
She's out of surgery. It's too soon to tell, but it's not bad news so far.
Thank Christ.
You know, I could kill for a hot dog.
I think
Yeah, so
for a hot dog? No, I think for a person.
The surgery went quite well.
What? Oh, I thought she was dead.
Well, the procedure was long, as you know, and quite involved, but I'm optimistic in nature, and I remain hopeful. Hope.
Oh, there's nothing. It's nothing in. That's not for sure.
It's not for sure, all right.
So same spot, different piece?
Mm-hmm.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Man, it's kind of surreal to see it like this.
Yeah, like it's like you could literally cut out that piece of the episode and add it to like as a prologue episode or little mini special before the actual episode, like the whole thing of Daredevil starts. It's wild.
What I was ordered to. That's my point.
Oh boy.
There are pivotal moments in a man's life, Daniel, which define what kind of man he is, what he's really made of.
Oh no, did he kidnap BB? He probably kidnapped BB.
No, no.
He was a goner. Rest in peace for his soul.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Or he's dead. There's one of the two things. He's
Yeah.
dead or she's dead.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, because like in that trailer that they had both Buck and Daniel, and when they lifted up the thing, when he's like saw, and I'm like thinking, somebody else. I think.
I thought it was what's it called? I thought it was Vanessa. I thought they were gonna bury Vanessa, but no, it's someone else entirely. Or he has like it's just someone who's completely off.
Oh, this makes me nervous. Like, jeez.
Uh-oh, he's leaving him.
Oh.
Uh-oh. He could leave him.
Oh, he's... Oh. Interesting.
What is he gonna do?
Oh. Wait.
Okay, that's not incriminating at all.
Right?
What the heck do you do with that?
Right?
Oh, someone's dead.
It was already... Wait. Was the body already in the car? Oh boy. If the body was already in the car, that's crazy. We said it at the same time. Jeez.
What the heck?
Oh!
He was always there?
Oh, wow.
Long time, pal. I understand you have some sort of open assignment.
We're looking to you for creativity.
You've come to the right place then, haven't you?
Oh! That's the dude. Oh, the church.
That's right, we're back in church, boy.
We're back in church! For now. Praise be to God.
You know what happens if she dies?
Fist turns the city upside down and shakes it. He
How long have they been on the run? Because that was like a whole day, right? Surgery and everything was a whole day.
I was there.
True.
You will give me money?
No. Ray, I already gave it to you. What I want is for you to start over with it.
That's right, you tell him, Foggy.
Right.
God damn, it's about you. About me. Just people. And brother, we are who we are.
Dang, he looks psychotic there.
We used to. You gotta go, man. Get out of here.
He's probably gonna die in the next scene.
I feel like that's the case.
This church will always provide shelter.
But
to both of you, but I think they know you're here.
Why? Are they? Oh no.
Yep. Stash him way next to the cross.
Listen, we're gonna come check the place out.
I do like how it looks in the church now. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Very cinematic. See, for the other time, it looked cinematic too.
Oh, I'm sorry, but weapons are not permitted in the house of God.
The rules have changed. Come on
Oh
in,
no.
boys.
Daredevil, get him.
Oh
Get him.
boy.
We ain't tolerating this shit.
I didn't think.
Oh, he's gonna try to enrage him. Oh boy.
I can't save us both. I'm sorry, I tried.
Wait, is Bullseye gonna really die in this one? No! There's no way.
I was thinking the Murdoch and Nelson Fund was supposed to be about the future.
It is, man. But not just ours.
Oh.
So where's now?
Wow.
Josie's.
Obviously. What are we celebrating?
Mercy.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, we came back for him. Oh, and then I actually completely forgot all about this storyline right here.
There's so many different things going on. We got even Foggy back.
Right?
You really don't have to do this, man. I don't even know what I did, but whatever it was probably stupid and I probably deserve it.
It's not you, Daniel. It's not you. He's gonna say, yeah.
Get out of the car, Daniel.
Oh. Wait.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, jeez. There's so... Oh, no. There's so much happening right now.
Stayed loyal, Buck. I'll do anything.
Anything?
Said it before, I'll do whatever it takes. Please.
Oh, boy.
You make a choice.
Oh, it's her. She's been in the car the entire time.
Oh, no.
Who's that?
Who is that?
That's not BB.
That's not...
Carry more. Okay.
Who is that the other dude?
Oh, it's the guy who ran out. It was the guy who was the evidence. Remember?
Right.
I completely forgot about that guy.
So this is the dude that they're gonna. Oh boy.
Murdoch and Nelson.
Oh, you gonna bring it a Karen? Oh,
that's the Karen finally. Oh, Karen's not gonna like this.
Bullseye.
Well,
She'll be like, "What is your problem?"
She's not dead. Please tell me she's dead.
Is she not?
You're dead.
Is she not?
Oh,
are you for real? I thought she was dead.
What if it's all in his head, though?
Oh, you could be right.
You're here.
I mean, to be fair, this is happening all in one night. Think about it. Like, this is happening.
Why are you acting so strange?
I didn't think. I didn't think that.
You didn't think at all. Let's just put it like that.
I just.
Oh,
wow.
I was crying.
I wasn't sure that I would see you again.
It's absurd. I'm right here.
Yes, of course you are.
It's probably going on in his head.
Maybe.
I'm in denial. I want her dead. I mean,
oh, Jesus!
I just want her.
It's like, forgive us, Lord, for.
I can get you something to eat. Anything.
Sorry, my bad.
I can get anything.
Yes, I'd like a pineapple juice with ice.
You don't like pineapple.
What?
Oh, wait.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's here.
No, your lips. It makes them tingle, I believe.
Let's try anyway. Shall we?
This gotta be in his head. No way.
This is there's something off.
Is he dreaming?
I have no idea.
What is this?
Wait, no.
No,
wait.
she's alive?
She's actually alive!
My dear.
Wilson,
Yes, my love.
will you tell me a story?
A story.
Yes, a story, please.
What kind of story would you like me to tell?
Tell me the story of how we met.
Oh. And it just goes back to this.
So you did vastly overpay.
Did I?
3 times the listing price.
I would have paid anything.
He's a simp. But you know, respect.
The deal.
Yeah. What?
Yes, madam.
Will you tell me a story? Please.
Oh, did you have to
Oh
adventure or something?
no!
Tell me a story.
Oh, you know what? I think.
Oh.
Can you tell me the story
Oh no!
we
Met.
Oh my god. Oh, she has brain damage.
She has brain damage. Wait.
Vanessa.
Oh. Oh.
Vanessa. Vanessa.
Oh no.
I need some help now.
Oh, maybe she is gonna die.
I mean, I was ready. I was kind of hoping. We needed that clarification.
Oh jeez.
That's why the nurse should have checked the first time.
Right.
I mean, obviously, you should have checked, but Fisk shoot her away, you know?
Yeah.
That was his fault.
That was his fault.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Oh.
Dang.
Oh.
There we go.
Right where it all happened. Wow. Wow.
I mean, so they had to win both episodes ended with Vanessa dying. I mean, first one was critical condition. Second time, it was just delusion.
Okay, so there is no post-credit scene, of course. Okay.
There wasn't even an action scene.
That was
interesting one.
Okay.
But to see Baki go by though, that one hurt. Like it was a genuine like grieving. We got a grieving moment for Foggy. You know? That was one of the things I feel like I could admire so much about that. It's like we get like of course the show's kind of supposed to be a brand new. It was intended to be, but we finally get a I think that's a good farewell to the character of Foggy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that hurt, of course. You know, it hurt to see Foggy gone like that.
Yeah,
that gotta be one of the saddest things to see.
I did not realize it was gonna end this way, and I just realized I think that's what my mom saw, unfortunately, when my grandmother flatlined. I think it was somewhat exactly like this. Now I wasn't there when she told me that it happened, but I think it went something kind of like that. So I don't know how she's gonna handle this. So I don't. Apologies in advance, Mom. I really did not know this was gonna happen. Yeah, like it kind of happened somewhat like this, and I guess for me, rest in peace to my grandmother who went through a lot, and she unfortunately passed away from septic shock, and somewhat went through something like that. And from speaking from my own experience as to how things led up to there, like she flatlined for a bit, and then she was brought back, and she had stamina, she had the energy and everything to go back, and it looked like she was about to recover, and then all of a sudden, the next day, unfortunately, that's when she was gone forever. And I believe this is exactly what it was like. She was at the point of dying, and then her life was flashing before her. Vanessa's life was flashing before her eyes, and then there's points from what I know of, from what I've read, is that where there's the amount of stamina and the amount of adrenaline that's going through a person's body to stay alive is one of the most what I could say is one of the most confusing times, especially when somebody's about to die, because we think that they're going to get better, and then all of a sudden we see them go in an instant, just like in a snap. And I believe that's the most realistic approach to it that I've seen in a Marvel series. And it's gonna be hard with me editing this one, especially because I didn't see it. But I feel like I didn't see the flatlining piece of my grandmother's life, but I did see. I was the first person to see when my grandmother passed away, and it was
Yeah.
somewhat. It was not like this. That though, with her, it was different because the monitor did not flatline at all. It just reset, and I was panicking. I was telling my mom, get the doctor. What's going on? The monitor just reset. She went and grabbed the doctor or the nurse or whatever, and then they said that's it, and that was just the end. And I just didn't know how to feel. Honestly, I've actually been very very numb to this whole experience about loss since then, and I've had very little feeling in that moment. So this is kind of like it's kind of like it took me back to 2024, but at that same time it also made me feel like I was present at the same time. I don't mean to be like hogging up everything, especially because you're the guest here. I just felt like I
Mhm.
think that it should be good enough to explain about a person's experience, and especially if someone who maybe they have not personally went through loss, maybe they might need some clarification of some point. But I think let's go head it over to you for a second while I can recollect my thoughts. And what did you personally think about the episode, and where do you think this is gonna go now that we're at this direction?
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I'm grateful that you're sharing, especially with that. I don't know if I ever want to experience that level of loss, that level of grief that you've experienced, and like these characters have also experienced in that way as well. Um, like it's interesting to see. Like we were almost in denial. I'm like, Vanessa can't be alive. She's like, no, please, please, no. You know what I'm saying? Like we're almost like playing, please. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like there's a point where it was like a representation of Fisk's almost denial of fate. The reality of the situation. Like it was almost a love letter to the grieving process, right? And Fisk, I think the thing about the very fascinating thing about this episode is how the man who Daredevil hates, he saves, but the woman that Fisk loves, he couldn't save, right? And I think that's what's so sad. It's genuinely such a compelling thing because at the end of the day, it's Matt accepting Foggy's loss, but he doesn't views Foggy's loss as a the end of it all. He views Foggy's loss as he the blessing that he never thought he could ever have. It's the life that he lived. Foggy's life was lived proudly, and he lived with such a moral compass, with such humanity that it instilled it in the devil. In Matt's devil side, and I think that's what's so. It's genuinely so interesting to see that take place, because it's sad, genuinely, it's genuinely sad to see a guy who literally like try to who to save the man who killed your best friend, who's nearly killed you plenty of times, right? Why do that? There's the man's not well. You know that Dex is not a mentally well person, yet he does it anyways because it isn't. We don't celebrate the people who are beating down constantly. We celebrate mercy. We celebrate the people who lift each other up, right? And I think that's what makes Daredevil a hero. That's what makes Foggy a hero, right? And that's where that level of grief is reflected in Matt's action. And that action is accepting what he can't change, but doing what he can. And to literally hold his hand out for the man who's sinned against him in church too, which is very cool, really cool imagery, right? It's almost like a reflection of almost it's almost like a reflection of like for people who are religious, right? God's love for you. And you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, Matt's love is not gonna be the same way as God's love. That's almost blasphemous. But it's like we see a man who's trying to hold out, right? Who's holding out to you, not because of what you've done, because what he's done, right? Dex is possibly the worst person to save at this point. He's a man with a death wish. He's a man who genuinely wants to experience this penance, right? He's done with life because life has dealt such a deadly hand to him, and he has accepted that fate, and now he's holding out nothing. He has no hope. But Matt is holding out that hope for him, that mercy for him, because it's the thing that it's not just mercy, it's grace, you know, that not what he has done, but what he can do, right? And what he, you know, it's that gift, right? And he's holding out that hand for you to take, you know. So I think that's what's really interesting with how they handled grief in that way, because it's grief through action. Now, of course, Fisk is gonna be we're gonna see Fisk and how he handles grief in the next episodes, because you know, Fisk is gonna be a man who's denying it. He's denying it, and he becomes more hardened, more serious, more almost less loving. No, not less loving. He's always been less loving, but now it's gonna come to a point where he is scorched earth, right? He does not care whether you live or die. He will banish you to the faces of hell to make sure that you know how he feels now. So I think that's what's really fascinating with I believe Foggy's inclusion in this episode. You know, Foggy's humanity is what carries. He was the heart of the show, and I think this is possibly the most emotional episode of the show. It's a reflection of both people's loss and how they grow from that loss or burn from that loss. You know, and even like Dex and all that. And you know, I'm genuinely curious next episode to see how what's her name? How Karen, she's gonna have a huge crash out at the end. She's gonna have a crash out seeing Dex right there, you know? So I'm like, I don't know. It's generally that was such a soulful episode. I think there's a lot more emotion in that one than I expected. Not a lot of action, I thought, but you know, I think that's what I think was necessary for such a intense episode, episode 4. But this is such a recuperation of it all to remind us of why we love these characters, why we adore um, them so much, that when they get hit, when they get hurt, there's a reason why we are hurt, because we are not attached to inanimate objects. We're not attached to cardboard cutouts. We are attached to people, and I feel like this show has really done that well, you know. And they've done that for Vanessa. As much as we say we want Vanessa dead, I just kind of want to see it happen, you know. But I'm grateful for what we are given.
I was trying to like separate reality from a plot line, but the fact that it felt like the most real out of any of the episodes of Daredevil is actually it's actually very touching. And especially I loved your points about how this was literally an episode about how to deal with grief, and that there's many people who are going to be dealing with grief, for especially for the person that they've lost, in many different ways. And this definitely speaks to so many different people. It did speak to me, especially because, I mean, I'll admit it, there are nights where I don't even sleep. I'll admit I'll even go to bed at 3 in the morning because I still miss hearing my grandmother's footsteps, you know, going from her bed to her closet and checking her insulin, and hearing seeing the light in her closet door light up, and just her checking to make sure that her sugar levels are doing okay, and then going back to bed. Or um and sometimes I just, like recently, like yesterday, um like I was having dinner with family, and I thought I saw her walking over to the kitchen because she was like, "Oh, the food's ready." And you know, there's points where, you know, during grief you don't sometimes don't let go completely. And I feel like with both of them, they still, with especially with Matt, he never really let go completely. And I feel like he needs Bullseye to stay alive, because he feels in some way that, you know, that even though he was the one that killed Foggy because of Vanessa telling him to kill him, he feels like in some way that he is the closest thing that he could ever get to having Foggy with him, especially because he was the one that, you know, was the last person to actually, like, in a way, see him alive and then just take him away from him. And you know, with Fisk, it's going to be very much like hell on earth. And my problem that I see, and I don't mind for somebody grieving for the loss of a person. My problem that I'm going to have, and that I usually have now, is what actions are you going to take to make yourself feel whole again? Because when you lose somebody that you care about a lot, you never get that part of your life back. And you always feel like you have to basically become another puzzle where all the pieces are going to fit in their right places. Kind of like, in a way, like that, that infinite chocolate hack where like you cut off one little square or that one little rectangle and you still rearrange it, but it still feels like the whole thing is still there type of deal.
You talk about like chocolate, like
Yeah,
how you there's still it's like a whole piece, like a puzzle piece.
you like, that you ever see that? I'll put it in the thing too. So how there's like that one chocolate hack where it's like it's cut diagonally and then you take off that one square, and it's like the infinite chocolate hack where it's like you cut out one square but you could still arrange it to the point that it looks like none of the squares were ever taken away and it still looks like the whole bar.
No, it sounds interesting. I don't think I've heard of it.
There's a hack. So it's not really a hack, but there's a mind trick to where, like, imagine if you had a chocolate bar, you cut it at a specific angle and you cut it diagonally at a specific angle, but you also cut the bottom part that has the least amount of chocolate rectangles, and you can rearrange it to the point that it's like a puzzle, to where like you could still rearrange it and you take one piece out, but it still looks like you never took that piece out to begin with, but it still looks like every single square is there. That's what it looks like. I would, I know that this is unconventional of us having a YouTube video be shown at the same time, but I'm gonna try to find it. Let me see.
Have you ever wondered how this extra piece of chocolate comes out of nowhere? Well, don't worry, because I'll explain it to you in this video. You have probably seen these videos all over the internet, where someone magically creates an extra piece of chocolate. But actually, this is all an illusion, because the secret behind this trick lays in this row of 4 pieces. Do you get it?
That's what I was meaning. So, it's where you cut this part out, and then you could arrange it again to where it looks like it never, like you never lost the piece. Right. That analogy is what I feel like personally when you're going through a loss, just because that I feel like you have to reinvent yourself. And there's like that one little part in your life where you have to take it out because it's no longer going to be there anymore. And you have to rearrange your life to the point that, now you have to know, what am I doing now? Where is this going to go? Where is this all going to head? And you feel like your puzzle is still like, oh, it's rearranged. My life is rearranged. I can move on. But there's that one little portion that doesn't feel fulfilled because of it. And I think this is like the best metaphor used for it. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I've experienced my own form of grief in my own way. What I also loved about it is that it felt both like like Netflix and Disney did a joint production on this episode. It really felt like it. It didn't feel like one was taking over compared to the next. It literally felt like if Netflix and Disney decided to have like some sort of compromise, and they went and did a production together. Like the fact that the trailers was throwing us off. The trailers were throwing us off with Wesley, with Foggy, with the clips that we were getting, the fact that they were throwing us off, and the fact that they not only went and had the widescreen ratio and the full screen ratio, but the color scheming, the costumes, they all matched. Even the camera work, the dialogue, it matched 100% to what Netflix did back in the day, is beyond incredible. And I'm going to say for the Emmys, please, please, please nominate this episode in particular for best writing, directing, and for acting, especially to, I think the standouts in my opinion was Wilson Bethel and Eldon Henson, because they were the knockout stars out of this one. Charlie Cox was amazing, but with Eldon Henson, it felt like I was watching the Netflix series all over again. And Wilson Bethel did an incredible job with that monologue while he was literally dying in the pews. They both did incredible. They were the standouts in my opinion. I think Charlie Cox was amazing in this one too. But I also got to give it to Vincent D'Onofrio for the fact that his acting was very spot on, especially for somebody who was going through the motions of grief. And I mean, I think I'm gonna end my part on there, especially because I think that summarizes the whole episode and like my thoughts entirely. But yeah, I would love to hear how you're wanting to end up the discussion part of the video.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate you giving me the floor, and I really appreciate you sharing with about your experiences with grief like that, you know. And that's the thing where this episode really shines. It really shines with the emotions, you know. I remember an episode of Daredevil. I'm not throwing at the original Netflix show. The Netflix show had a lot of emotional moments, of course, but this one is a real reflective piece. I think this one took a step back what the what the little fights were. It really was about the grand design, and I think that's what's a really fitting episode title, really fitting episode theme, and honestly, it really helps. You know, it helps to see good familiar faces again. You know, and almost it's like I feel like it's also like a grieving part of us too. It's a grieving part of the audience, not to just grieve Foggy's death, right? But we also get to grieve the era of Netflix that we had. And no matter the good or bad, it was an era of our time that as much as we wish we could have it back, we wish like certain things were changed, but at the end of the day, it was in the past, but something to be appreciated and something to admire, but not something to chase after the past while not looking toward the future. I think that's what I think we all. That's kind of a lesson of this episode, and it's gonna be interesting to see how some of these characters pull that through. With that being said, I think this episode is one of those interesting ones that I think I will have to rewatch, but I would give it a 9 out of 10 for sure. It is a tad slow, I won't lie, but I feel like it was necessary for the sake of saying bye to Foggy. I think because this is possibly the last time we might see Foggy, you know, and that's the craziest thing, you know. And I'm like, even in death, I'm gonna miss that character. You know, he was generally one of the. He had such great chemistry. Eldon Henson had such great chemistry with Charlie Cox, right? They were talking about feet, and it felt normal, you know. So I'm like, that's why I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna really miss these. I'm really miss that guy, you know. And man, as much as we wish Foggy was alive, we all wish Foggy was alive. I feel like this is a better way to end the character. You know, of course, getting shot in the chest by Bullseye isn't really it isn't that fun, of course. But to see a character done as well as it was here in this final, I feel like this chapter, I feel like that's the best way to do it. You know, it's such a great reflection of the character of Foggy, and I don't know how else to put it. I think that's the best way. That's the best way to put it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you rate the episode out of 10?
I actually think that even with my grieving experience with everything, and honestly, I think you hit it right on the head with Foggy. I think that in my opinion this was a lot more sad than him getting shot in the chest. In my opinion, I think that this is a great way to say goodbye to Foggy if we don't ever see him again. I mean, I feel like at this point it's left open-ended, but I also feel like this could be a thing of like maybe we might get flashback episodes, or maybe Foggy might not be dead, and that we're just praying to God and being in denial that hopefully he faked his death of some sort. But it was pretty convincing. I mean, we did think that Vanessa Fisk was like gonna die, and then she looked like she was okay, and then she flatlined, and now she's actually gone. So I mean, Marvel could do whatever they want to bring them back. I think that this was a great episode in dealing not only with grief but with death as a process, and especially with the people that we love. And I think, in my opinion, I would give this a 10 out of 10 as well, because the fact that the writing felt balanced. The writing felt balanced between Disney's and Marvel, like Marvel Studios' dialogue compared to Netflix and Marvel's dialogue that they were doing in their series. And I felt like it was evenly balanced. Like, I think the writer who really balanced it out to make it feel like we were watching a Disney Plus original and a Netflix original episode. And the direction for making it not only just feel like a Disney Plus episode, but a Netflix episode as well. I say props to the production designers, the editors, especially for the film and color grading. It felt exactly like Netflix. I when I was watching the episode, I was seeing little grains of film grains here and there in the Netflix portions compared to like the high definition Disney Plus film that they were using, and it felt a lot like Netflix, and it also felt like we were not only just grieving the fact that, Vanessa, went through what she did, which it was kind of a grieving process. We were also saying goodbye to Vanessa Fisk in some way too, which it's a weird way of putting it in a weird demented way, but we were also saying goodbye to her too. And saying goodbye to Foggy, and this was a reflection piece that I feel like it nailed it right on the head, to the point that it really felt like a sincere goodbye. But this is the best episode when it comes to street level wise that deals with the more harsher points of reality. Like you said, this is the breather that we needed. This was like, we need to halt the brakes for a little bit, and we need to just let the emotions go in, because there's so much adrenaline that's pumping right into our minds and into our souls right now. And I think this is the best way of like really like just stomping hard on the gas, on the pedal, on the brake pedal, and taking a moment to go back and reflect on them. And yeah, I think I'll just,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Great point. I feel like it feels like one of those. It feels like, those breaths where you take such a deep breath, you're like, and you just shudder a little, like,
Yeah.
something like that, where you're just like it's like a deep breath, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how this episode was. After the intensity, after the horrors of episode 4,
Mhm.
episode 5 is kind of the shudder. The one where it still lingers with you. The stuff will still linger with you, but it was a pause that
Yes.
was a needed thing for these characters. It was a needed thing for the audience. It's something to go back to as well.
Yes.
To reflect on what life has led you to and where will you go now. And that's where that shudder comes in, because you're almost nervous for the future. It's like, it's that type of stuff where I'm like, that's a fascinating way to put this episode. And I think I think it's a really clever way for this episode to be, like how it's structured anyways. Yeah, I think the only thing that really stood out, and it kind of felt like, I wouldn't say jarring, but it felt like it was, necessary for Daniel's development, but it did feel like out of place in most of this part, was Daniel's stuff. I understand it needed to be there, but it felt like it was kind of like, we're in the Netflix zone, we're with Fisk, we're with Matt, right? And then there's Daniel, nearly contemplating suicide. So I'm like, oh my god,
right,
this poor guy. But I'm also like, this poor guy. But we still got the Netflix stuff to see, man. Come on, show me more Netflix stuff, So yeah, that's the only gripe, I think. I'm glad that we got the Daniel stuff, and it'll be interesting to see what he does with BB. I genuinely thought BB died, but thank God my girl isn't dead. She's too gorgeous to die, baby. Let that clock into you, bro.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. That's where I'll end my piece, because really interesting episode. One of the more intriguing episodes to think about and sit with, for sure.
I definitely agree. I think I will say the same exact thing. It was definitely an episode that it really just makes you think about like everything. Like I think it was more like a journey of where we've gone so far. Like the beginning, especially. This is a love letter to those who were watching the Netflix Defender Saga series on Netflix, seeing, like how much it paid off for the Bring Daredevil Back campaign, and seeing where it led to. And even with the Frankenstein project that we had of season 1, and seeing that, season 2, they just did a rehaul as well and everything. I think this is also a love letter, and this is a love letter. This is like somewhat of an apology letter for them feeling like confused of some sort, but also as I hope you forgive us letter, and see that we truly do care about the characters. We truly do care about the plot, and we truly care about your guys' input. And I feel like that's what this was as well. It was not just a breather, but and not just a reflector, but also a love letter to the fans who helped bring Daredevil back, and now has a permanent home in the MCU. And not only just for him and for the rest of the cast, but also bringing in Kristen Ritter and now Mike Coulter and Finn Jones, and who else from the Defender Saga we might even get. We don't even know who else we're going to be getting. Everybody knows at this point that the Defenders are coming back. and even also, why do I forget John Bernthal? Of course, the man himself. Like, you know, we brought these characters back because we love them so much, and I join in later into like the journey of them bringing them back. But these you know, we the fans were the reason as to why they're back, and Disney gave us the letter of thank you so much for caring. This is why we care about them. This is why you guys care about them. And this is where we want to go now. And we're hoping that you stick with us through this tumultuous journey, even though that the multiverse saga was not promising enough to you guys. Through all the circumstances and through all of the chaos, we're glad that there are still some of you who still stayed for the journey. Man, I'm trying to like compose myself because I'll be honest, while I was doing all this, I was crying a little bit while trying to get my thoughts together and just having to laugh about it. It just makes me feel so grateful that you were here to watch this episode with me and react to it. I didn't feel like I was by myself, and honestly, this is what I needed. And I'm glad that you stuck here for the whole thing. So I'm grateful to you for sticking with me. And I'm grateful to all of you guys who are out there, who are commenting, who are loving our reactions to Daredevil Born Again. And we both thank you for watching a reaction to season 2, episode 5. Thank you again so much to Real Liber Knowledge for sticking through the long haul. You've been amazing. You have been such a great collaborator that I am so glad that we are doing these videos together, and I'm hoping and praying that we do a lot more besides just Daredevil and the Punisher One Last Kill, which will be coming up, and with Spectacular Spider-Man. You've been awesome, man, and I'm so happy to have been collaborating with you, but friends with you, and you joining with me with the Marvel Lego YouTube universe. You've been awesome, man, and I just want to thank you again.
No, absolute pleasure. Once again, absolutely grateful to watch this with somebody, experience it with someone. You know that you don't experience these shows alone. You know, I feel like, of course, you can watch a show by yourself, but I feel like you kind of watch it for the community, for each other in a way. And I think that's what I'm grateful for here. You know, we allow us to discuss what we can here. You know, and yeah, I think that's what's wonderful, and not just about making YouTube videos, but about the YouTube space in this entire forum that we call it the internet. So yeah, really blessed to be here once again. Really blessed to watch this episode. Very soulful episode. And yeah, I just generally just absolute. I should have shared more gratitude, but that's all popping off. That's all that's popping off top of my head.
Hey, I mean, fair enough. If you guys want to see more videos like this, then please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to Real Liber Knowledge's channel, which the link will be in the description. He has been awesome. He has been incredible throughout all of this. If you guys want to follow me on any of my social media, I have got Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, AKX, my Discord server, my TikTok, and my Blue Sky accounts, which the links will be in the description below. Is there any social media or any projects or anything that you want to plug in?
Yeah, I mean, just the YouTube and all that. I'm still working on a new YouTube video. It's just, you know, I'm procrastinating. You know, I'm lazy sometimes. I'm not gonna lie with you. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I just have that Discord. Feel free to join the Discord server. I'll link it in the comment section down below. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, other than that, appreciate y'all for watching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you all. Stay safe. We will see you all in the next reactions, and we will see you all in the next videos. All right? Bye, guys.
Bye. There you go.